this episode, but I'm gonna make this one count. I'm gonna make it count. What is good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode, Late Night Line. I am P, and that's Mr. 12 over there. What's going on, buddy?
What's up? What's going on? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I missed the last show. It was a long day, so I passed out on my couch, and my couch was watching me. But I'm here now. Huh?
Yeah, I understand that feeling. Yeah, I understand that feeling.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to start traveling soon, so I've been doing a lot of footwork right now. Now it is when once you tell people you're coming home, you always got to be ready for the could you bring me this? Could you bring me that? I mean, it's not like I'm losing money. They'll pay me for it, but it's just the whole getting everything ready, getting anything in the suitcase. You only got 50 pounds to play with a suitcase, so you know how that go. But other
Yeah.
than that, I'm here, man. Let's have a quick conversation. Let's talk about what's going on in these here United States and around the world.
What you got? Anything new out there? What you got? What's on the
Um,
table?
Actually, like just regular stuff, man. I'm here preparing to go home. So my buddy, he hit me up and he was like, "Yo, we gotta go fishing. We usually go fishing for tuna, mai, which is dolphins. Um, what's the other one there? Wahoo, which is Wahoo and all that stuff. So I found a nice rod because when they fish down there, it's a little different where they actually take the live fish, you throw it out in the water when they hit the top. You try to get your bait out there. So I was like, you know what? I need to order a rod for me and one for my buddy. So I went on Amazon and I ordered one to see
Mm-hmm.
the quality of it, things like that. It's 8500, which is a bigger reel. So they delivered it when I was at work, and they were like, to Jay was like, "Oh, your rods came." It's like my rods. He was like, "Yeah." It's like, okay. So I didn't really think nothing of it. So I got home, and sure enough, I had two rods and two reels that came. So automatically I go and I check the app to make sure I didn't purchase two of them. And I was like, no, I only bought one. So then I realized one of the reels had some damage on the side, like it was squeezed. So instead of throwing it out, they just taped the new one to the old one and sent it to me. So it's a 300 plus rod, money wise. So I'm looking at the rod. I take it to work. I got a lot of fishermen that work there with me at my job. So my buddy Bill goes, "Hey, you can replace that part right there, the part that's crushed." So I'm like, "All right." So we checked it up. Guess how much I paid for the part?
$5.
Less. It was $1.30 for the part. It cost me $11 pretty much for shipping and handling, but it cost me like $1 for the part. And I fixed it. So and I got two brand new reels and rods. So I ended up getting a free reel and rod. So I'm gonna just give that to him anyway. So I kind of came off. So I feel good about that.
Nice,
I
nice,
feel good
nice.
about what's his name, Mr. Bezos. I appreciate you. Appreciate all that you do for us. Thank you very much. Because if you order something at Amazon right now, right, and you want to return it, most likely they tell you to keep it because the amount of money they pay to restock it to bring it back, it's they're just easy just sending you a new one.
Yeah, I seen that
So
before. Yeah.
yeah, that happens a lot. But other than that, man, I mean, life is life, and you just got to be ready for the curveballs.
Yeah,
If you
definitely, definitely.
if you could
Yeah.
throw a splitter, even better.
Yeah. I've been doing some hard work this week, you know. But let's get into some what you call it, I actually watched some of the stuff you was talking about both sides with the Nolan Wells case. Yo, I'll be honest. I'm still split. It's nothing moving me either or.
Nah, listen. The fact that it's been over a month and we still can't tell if Nolan drowned or he got unalived, whatever happened, we still don't know. I don't even think the family knows, and that's the whole thing. Like, even if the public don't know, I don't think the family knows at all because that was one of the reasons why they got crumped because they weren't getting any results. And we know from past what they try to do is let us forget. You know, you'd be like, oh, it's taking so long, and then everybody move on. Everybody move on. But listen, these crowd is like the top 1%ers kids, man. These people that he was hanging out with. So, like I said before, I don't want to say it's racist, but you can't ignore Mississippi's past.
All
Um,
right, I do agree with that. I do that. That's the thing that made me uh not look over it, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, in the sense of situations like this, it's like shit just go underneath the rug. But damn,
that's what they do. They want to make you forget, and they just hope that you forget and pass. But they weren't going to let this one go. Man, it's sad that Nolan's mom's getting harassed. You know, she lost her son, and all she wants is answers. But yet, she's getting harassed. Now they're investigating her business. That's BS. I think. Well, I shouldn't say I think. We all know how Mississippi is. Mississippi burning, Emmett Till. I mean, it's you can talk about it, man. It's a lot of things that I'm seeing there now, which makes me think they're guilty as hell. And it's coming out now where it looked like these boys were lying about a lot of things. You know, there's new information that came out today saying, and remember we talked about it, and I said, yo, there's two things that I think we got to check into. Katie's involved, and if you out with your best friends, right? You out with your boys, and your boys get in a fight. What are the chances of you getting in that same fight, or at least breaking it up, or at least something? And every time these boys talked, they talked about, oh, Nolan was way over there. But there's a witness that came out and said they saw Nolan in an active fight on the island. Now, whether his friends left him behind and he got jumped or whatever, but they were in a rush to leave the island. That is why the bilge pump did what it did, because they were in such a rush they forgot to plug it or do what they got to do, and the boat almost sank. You
okay,
know, so
okay.
yeah, like I said, man, I've been looking through it. You know, I'm not trying to just say, oh, these boys did it or whatever. I'm not saying they even did it, but I'm just trying to understand what the cover up is, because even if it was an accident, how hard is it to say, yo, he slipped, he fell, boom, boom? Why cover it up? If this is your best friend, why aren't any of these best friends went to his funeral? Not one of them went to his funeral, but they sit there and swear up and down, this is my best friend. Like, come on, man. Y'all there chastising his mother instead of saying, hey, how can we find out who killed him or what happened? You don't hear none of that. You hear threats. That's all you hear.
So playing both sides. I ain't here to agitate, but they doing the same thing on the other side to them kids too. They
Who?
they sending death threats. So yo, I listened to some of the that shit ain't funny yo, but I listened to some of them clips yo with them they sending death threats to their family as well. Like you same thing how they probably doing to the mother and stuff like that. I seen the black lady get arrested for they finding one in two people that's out here doing those phone calls. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Regardless, both sides. I don't understand what's the purpose of sending death threats or calling the family and harassing them. I don't get that at all. Because either side, both people going through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you lose your child and you getting death threats because you want to find out what happened. To me, that's on another level, bro. I could understand if she did something to agitate these people, but what did she do? Her son left with y'all, and y'all brought his phone back and not him, and can't tell me nothing. Y'all left him on an island without his cell phone? Come on, man.
I could kind of, it's like this, and I'm playing middle ground. I don't keep saying that. What made me, what put me in this position is I know I'm black. You know what I'm saying? And I know, yeah, trust me, I see some shit that make me know. So I can't sit here blindly and be like, yo, I seen that shit firsthand many a times. But yo,
Exactly.
I just know how to handle that shit. But at the end of the day, the thing that changed it for me, yo, that made me look at the news a little bit different was that I think it's Horton. Is it Horton? What's that case, yo, where the son killed the cop, then the
Yeah, I
father
remember.
went.
Yeah,
That case changed my perspective. So I don't feed into it as much because the media was the way how that story ran to make a father go kill it, take the next life of a officer. Man, that was all. I think that was all the media. I understand it. The father made his choice. That was his cognitive. He did that. But the way how that story played out, after everything, and they showed how the son killed a cop and everything like that, you never heard anything in the news. You never heard. It was no retraction. None of that. Nobody came back and said the father. It was like, they just had that shit underneath the rug and moved on with the next news cycle.
yeah, but for me, that's something totally different. That was to somebody doing something. This is somebody drowned. We know he drowned.
Right.
How did he drown? And that's all they want to know. Like, yo, if you go out with your friends and you bouncing from an island where there's no hotel or no nothing, it's just boats. So all these boats are gonna leave, and you leave your friend on an island and take his phone with you, and then you get home later that night, knowing you got his phone, and be like, oh yeah, he's missing, so I'm gonna call the Coast Guard. Well, how come he ain't at somebody's house, and how would you know that? Oh, I
I
got his
did see
phone.
the. I
So
did see
how?
that. Hold on, PP. Be
Go ahead,
fair, right? To be fair, they did call the mother. That's how the mother found out he was missing. The boys did call the mother.
bruh. I'm not saying they didn't call her. They eventually told her. They had to tell her, but that was late at the night, like 9, 10 o'clock at night, when they called her asking her if she saw Nolan. It was like, yo, he left with y'all. And how did he expect Nolan to call when they know he had his phone? When he have called them and be like, yo, give me my phone. You know what I'm saying? And that's why first I always told you I want to believe that this ain't racist and it's not true. But the way things are playing out now, to be fair, I don't think the kids had any racist intentions in them, right? I don't think this was a racist situation, not knowing if it is or not. But once the kids called their parents to inform them something had happened, I think that's when it became racist because the parents decided to cover it up. I think that's when it became an issue. When once the grandfather said, no, they don't need you, they're okay. I heard the video. I don't know if you listened to the video, but the video before the Cito lady picked up, you hear them saying, Nolan, like they're literally talking to him. Is he dead? And it's like you could hear it, and they're trying to make an excuse. You know, first they said they don't know this Katie girl he was with. Now we finding out they were texting back and forth. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of holes in their story, and if you're gonna cover up a story, you can cover up a murder or a lie. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it did happen, but the fact that the grand jury is the ones that's holding on to the autopsy and all that stuff, and they're gonna release it, tells me that there is something that's wrong. Because if he was just drowned, or if he had just drowned, they would have threw that shit in our face quick as hell, quick as hell. But the fact that they holding on to it, something ain't right. What's up, Mr. Knight? How's it going? Welcome to the show.
Gentlemen, good evening. Forgive my
We got
absence on Tuesday.
we got a little echo. We got a little echo.
What's up with that?
Yeah, you got some feedback there. You got us on the TV. You watching us on TV?
Hell no.
Go ahead. Try it again. Try it again. Oh, he can't hear me.
Hello?
It's a
I'm
little,
not
but we
sure what's
can.
going on with the echo.
Yeah, you know what? Go out and come back in.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, go out and come back in. But yeah, man, that's why.
Test.
No, no. You go out. You gotta go out. Get out of StreamYard and come back in.
Heard you.
Yo, did he go out and come back that fast?
I don't know.
Yo. Do I got an echo now too?
No. Well, probably. Let me see if it's my mic.
Yeah. Is it?
Nah, it's slight.
Yeah, there's a slight echo there. Do you hear me echoing?
I hear you echoing now. I don't hear myself no more.
What about you, 12?
1 2 1 2.
No echo on him.
All right, let me go back out and come back in. Sorry.
I hope it ain't me.
No, you good.
I hear it now.
It's probably me. One, two.
Wait. Hello? Nah, here was
Nah, because I know P volume was
Yo.
low.
Yo.
Nah, it's no echo.
Yeah, there's no echo now. Yeah, I'm good.
I turned down my volume too because when you came in, P, your volume was real low. So I had to turn up my I turned off my fan, everything. Normally my mic is really low, so it probably could be mine.
Nah, you're good. I don't hear echo anymore.
Yeah, it's none.
Y'all can hear me fine, right?
Clear.
Yep.
All right, good. So yeah. I think you're not gonna see Officer Django on as much because as more information come out, I really believe he's gonna start distancing himself from the kids because I have a feeling some allegations gonna start coming out on the truth, and once the truth start coming out, we're gonna realize, man, these boys lied this whole thing.
I hate to say it, but it seems like Officer Tatum's star has risen since he's been defending these kids.
Oh yeah, that's what he built his platform on, degrading black people. He's
I won't say
out.
that. I won't say that.
No,
I won't
I'm
say
gonna
that.
say that 100%. I'm
So,
gonna say that 100%.
all right. I watch your show. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I watch your show, right? And his brand is kind of always defending a certain demographics, right?
Uncle Ruckus?
I won't always say Uncle Ruckus because he had 1 and 2 people that he did defend that were black. You know what I'm saying? But I could see his middle ground where he played. I could see the ground that he played. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see it.
He is not like us, bro. And
but he is fair in certain things.
I don't like ninjas, bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't like ignorant ninjas either. But he is on the other side. He is dancing in other pig shit, bro. And we're not in the same thing. He's in a different trough. You know what I'm saying? A different trough. I tell you what, I got a clip. We could jump into a clip real quick. Let me show you.
All right, go ahead.
Where is it? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Kirk, black men like you were better off in slavery. Do you agree with him?
Now listen, 100%.
You believe 100%?
When
You
after
were better off
slavery. Let me
you were saying
explain,
you would
maybe
be
you don't
better
know
off
black history.
during slavery.
No, you don't understand black history and you don't understand what Charlie was saying. Listen, after slavery, there was an explosion of success in the black community. We had Black Wall Street. We were married to the women we had children with. Black people had a tremendous amount of success. Our success was growing faster than white people during that period of time. Now look at us. Now go look at any inner city in this country and you see people get every weekend. Black people. A lot of things that were going well in our communities is going downhill fast after the 60s. And it's because we've been voting for these sorry Democrats for so many years and they've done nothing for black people. And you cannot tell me, as somebody who knew Charlie, that he was a racist. He wasn't. I knew him very well. We did a whole bunch of incredible things in the black.
Oh, Lord.
You could defend that? You muted.
So I understand what he's saying, but I wouldn't have chose slavery.
Huh?
See, I understand what he's saying. I'm not saying I agree what he's talking about. I understand what he's saying.
Okay, so let me
But
ask
I
you a
wouldn't
question.
chose slavery.
So here's the thing, right? He talked about Black Wall Street. What happened to Black Wall Street?
He won't acknowledge that what?
No. What happened to him? Why wasn't Black Wall Street around anymore? What happened to them?
Yeah, we know that girl, Emmett Till.
No, they burned that shit down.
Right, then that was over Emmett Till.
So, well,
Was
a lot
it
of it
over
was
Emmett Till?
because no, it was basically they created their own banks and businesses in Oklahoma, and they burned that shit down.
Which one was Emmett Till
Emmett Till
when
was
they
the
burned
kid
down
that
the
looked at the
thing?
white woman the wrong way, and she lied, and it was also in Mississippi, and they killed them.
No, it had one where I think it was Emmett Till, where
Emmett Till was the one that looked at the woman the wrong way, and she lied about it.
right, and that's when they started burning down
Oh,
the business.
wait. No, you thinking about Rosewood.
Yeah. It was one of them. It was the next one where it was it was the early
wasn't
Emmett
that.
Till.
No,
Yeah, but it was the same thing. It had something to do with a girl where the guy or something looked at a girl or something, and they burned down the whole town. I think that was something like it's kind of how that Black Wall Street got burned down. It was something dumb like
it's all
that.
about money. The black people were financially, they didn't depend on white people anymore. They ran everything through their neighborhoods. And that's happened all over America. It's happened in New York. It was a black neighborhood under what's the park?
Seneca Village and
Exactly. How many of them they covered up in rivers in Georgia? I mean, it's been all
Yeah, New
years,
York
but he won't
City.
talk about
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying?
New York City
And-
was
and the reason
thing,
why some of these black people ended up in situation is because the American government put them there. They
I
literally
understand that.
put them there. I mean,
So I am not supporting what he said on the slavery, but
okay.
in a
So if you're not supporting him, who is he attracting? Because he ain't like me. Because I would
Alright.
never come out and say some shit like that.
let me tell you the part that they're talking about. Damn, I'm trying to remember the exact time frame. Separate but equal, right?
Mhm.
What did they call that, Brandon? What
segregation.
segregation? I was about to say
Yeah.
apartheid. My mind was in Africa.
Well, it's kind of the
Yeah.
same shit.
Right. So that's why I had to ask, because I was going to say apartheid, because we know how
Yeah.
South Africa was. We used to see it on TV. You know what I'm saying? Back in,
The Honorable Desmond Tutu.
you know what I'm saying?
Sir.
So in segregation, black people were thriving. So I understand the line of question. That's why I said the question shouldn't have been. I wouldn't have said slavery. I would have said in apartheid, because in apartheid, black people were running it up.
Yeah.
They
But
were
what I'm
running it
saying
up.
is all he did was repeat the statement that Charlie made.
Right.
And he answered it. To him, it sounded perfect.
But that's where they're getting it from, Pete. So it's not a lie. It's true. Because if to that extent in when it was segregation, when
Right.
you had to
But
have your
here's
own
what I'm
black
saying.
insurance, black
Here-
groceries,
Here's
black
the
people
thing.
were running it up. So that's where the point comes from.
Right.
Once you
Yes.
understand,
Yes, they had plenty of opportunities, but what they won't tell you is they weren't allowed to continue those opportunities because the government stepped in, the Ku Klux Klan, the K, whoever you want to call them, came in and demolished those towns. They don't
right,
exist
I
anymore.
agree.
So
I don't disagree. I
they
agree.
shut all that down. So what is the whole point? There's nothing good about slavery that me as a black man could say was positive. What did we learn from slavery? All that happened is black people got stuck with years and years of things that's now hereditary to their system.
True.
Like, and it's because of 400 or 500. We don't even know how long slavery lasted. They've been lying to us for so long. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So when you look back at it, ain't shit good about slavery. You can say that, oh, let's go back to when America was great. Prohibition? No, not prohibition. When niggas ain't had no rights. That's what they want. I'm gonna be real. That's what he wants. Now he forgets he's a black man too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you this, like how when I come to this country and black Americans are treated the same way, and people are like, oh yeah, you're an islander, so it's different. No. When they look at me, they look at me the same way they look at you. You know what I mean? So you could think that you're different till you're in a situation like Nolan Wells, and you realize quick you ain't like them, and they would pick their kids over you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what when I look at it, I see it, and I'm like, yo. And I said this from day one. There's something wrong about this case. The smell test don't it doesn't smell right.
Let me split it down a bit.
Go ahead.
I understand where both of y'all are coming from in regards to Officer Tatum. The things that he said in regards to black people, he wants to hold us accountable. He's talking about like drug dealing in the communities. That's a choice to do that. You are involving yourself in crime, but he does not acknowledge systemic racism. He does not acknowledge the conditions that led to that or what led to the destruction of Black Wall Street. He don't acknowledge that. And so we caught in the middle between him doing too much and holding us accountable.
So I'll put it like this, right? I am not where he's at, but I understand some of the points that he's making to help us be better. We can't let these shit be blinders to us. But I also know I could see I learned from P too. P don't let that shit bother him if you black, white, or whatever. So I understand where he coming from. You know what I'm saying? So we all understand the level and the precautions we got to take when we're moving. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he just said P. I understand P because he's like, yo, when you go out here, you gotta move different, motherfucker. So I understand. I know where he's coming from, but I also understand that when what he's saying is you can't let it be a stumbling block for you to put in front of you to slow you down. Because I could say respectively, us here understand and we're educated enough to move around these stumbling blocks. But we can't portray it to others and make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Everything is bad out there. You know what I'm saying? So once we come off and we start speaking, we make it sound like it's not. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we know how to maneuver that shit. And that's what he's saying is like, we can't just say white people this, white people this, white. No, we can't say that. That's why I sit here and sometimes I also challenge myself. I'll be like, damn, you got a lot of shit that black people ain't fucking showing me that white people showed me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't sit here in the same hand and be like, they bad, they bad, they bad. And I learn a whole bunch of stuff on the other hand that make me progress and make money in life. So it's like this. I'm going to blame people that help me and turn around and say, oh, they bad. I can't do it like that.
I always tell you, I know way more racist black people than I do white people.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. Yup.
Now, however, there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? Everybody got dealt a different hand.
Yep.
And everybody's family was passed down a different situation. So I'm not going to sit here and act like because things are good for me that it's not bad for somebody else. And not that it's only bad for somebody else. They've been trying hard as hell to get on the right situation, but it just doesn't pan out like that.
Yeah, it doesn't pan out. I know. I could tell. I could tell.
But what I can tell you is Officer Jingo is not for us, bro. I don't care what nobody say because the thing is, if you're going to be a mediator down the line, you're going to be a mediator. You're going to find out what's going on. You ain't going to come out here defending these kids with your silver armor when a mother lost her son. If you're an officer, the first thing is you trying to find out what happened to him. But instead, you out here trying to... It's almost like the bloodhound searching for the slaves running across the river while they throwing hush puppies, trying to knock the trail off. That's what he's doing, knocking the trail off. If you even watch the interviews, he's leading them into things. He's editing videos. Watch the videos. There's so many edits in those interviews. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. The smell tests don't smell right, and I think this might be part of his downfall right here because people are starting to realize who he really is. And like I say, he ain't for us.
I like that. So it says, let's pull up on the screen. Oh, So where did the mentality come from, though? Looking at the history of blacks in this country, we're literally taught to hate ourselves. And being a what? Competitive
Competition.
a competition with others.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
I was reading
This is one of those, and if y'all want to jump in, jump in. But I didn't get to Tuesday's show, so I got a lot to say.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You can say it. Yeah.
This goes on from slavery. You know what I'm saying? Where they pit us against each other, to hate each other, to tell on each other, till you get to the point where, like for instance, how many people out there are believing the BS? You know what I mean? They were like, oh, maybe that didn't happen. No, a lot of time your first instinct is the right instinct. You know what I mean? And I just can't sit here and act like, yo, it's a month past. They have the autopsy, but yet they won't say what happened. Nobody's been arrested. Nothing's been put out. However, they want to arrest content creators like us. They want to arrest people that's not even involved in the situation just because they came out and said something about it. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? We got judges and lawyers sending cease and desist to content creators. Listen, if we get a cease and desist, that means we doing good. We hitting the numbers. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I seen that clip where some of them were going down and they were watching content creators and they were, yeah. If you literally make a bold statement without saying, like, even if you say allegedly.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah,
Man.
even if you say allegedly, boy, they sending shit for you, boy. They sending it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the thing is, it makes me think that they're more guilty now than ever. Because if you got nothing to hide, none of this stuff will bother you. It will roll right off your back. I'm going to start sending cease and desist. We need to shut them up. We need to shut them up real quick. Why? If you
but some of those, I'll be honest. Some of the cease and desist were like, outlandish. I ain't gonna lie, cause I see some of the clips, some of the people just came out like, the cops are in bed with the judges, and I'm like, how the hell you come to that conclusion?
They're all related, bro. They all hung out at the guy. You know another thing too? One of Nolan's coach was there, and he saw him, and he said Nolan was not drunk. Because apparently, I think the next day he had like a tryout or something. So from what he said, he was not inebriated. And what they said, he was pissed drunk. He was all this stuff. We even hear the Officer DeJingo coming out saying that, oh, Nolan was drunk, he was drinking. Now, if all of us hanging out, well, I know 12, you different. You only eat chicken and you don't drink. That's the only two things I could say about you. But if all of us hanging out on the beach, you tell me I'm the only one blowing coke? You tell me I'm the only one drinking? Oh yeah, they also said Nolan was on coke. Somebody was handing it out and he was the only one free balling. Yeah, okay. Now, I don't mean to say it, but we got a bunch of white people hanging out, maybe 30 of them, and the black is the one blowing the coke? What the
Allegedly.
fuck? No, it ain't no allegedly. Officer Jingo told me. He told me straight up, so I gotta believe him because what he says is true. Hey, he ain't getting no cease and desist. He running his mouth.
So the question, I understand he has some level, but why rest on him? Because you got other people out there saying similar things.
Because
he is at the forefront, though.
Yeah, he's the one giving them interviews.
To who?
Huh?
To whom?
To whom? What? What do you mean?
Right. So when we make these assumptions, he's at the forefront of to whom?
Right.
To you guys?
No. He's the one leading the case on the internet.
It can't be. That's what I'm saying. So
it has to be because
you're giving him that authority.
Huh?
You guys are giving him that authority.
No. The kids involved in the situation, parents decided to take him to this basically interview with this Officer Django.
He
The one
seems to
sit-
be the #1 spokesperson for the kids involved. Nobody
Right.
else. Oh, I spoke to them and they said da 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 da. Da. It's all him.
He
Nobody
got
else.
only interviews. And from what they said, and I'm gonna say allegedly, even though they could drop a shit on us, but from what they saying, the lawyers and everybody was there when he was having an interview. If you go watch those interviews, right, and they're on the internet, you could get them. They're cut up too, so it's not a long segment. But watch how many jump cuts. 12. I know you will be able to pick that out quick because you do a lot of editing. Watch how much jump cuts there is, and you can see where they cut it, especially when he went into like talking about Nolan specifically when he asked him certain questions and he's going into it and there's a cut. Like, what did he say? Did he not say it right? Did you have him retake it? Like, you could see there's cuts in there. You know, what is the purpose of that? If everything's honest and genuine, you should be doing that shit in one take. Nolan's my boy, my one take. You don't need no cuts. What did they cut
Nah,
out?
that's all right. I hear you, but let me defend it a little bit. When we doing clips, right? Even though we're telling the truth, I won't solely rest that on the cuts. Right? That's a bad thing because it's like this. We do dead space. We remove dead space
No,
from
bro.
clips.
Listen, this is the biggest case in here, United States, right?
Right, but
we don't
still,
care about edit. People want to hear what he has to say. There
but
is
still,
no.
you can take out the dead spaces.
No,
It doesn't.
no. Not
I
when
hear
you're doing,
you.
Not when you're doing a live. Oh, I wouldn't say live, but an honest video. I want to see the whole video. There should be
Nah,
no
they
cuts.
still cut it.
No.
They still cut it.
But not okay. I asked you a question, right? Hey, how do you feel about Brandon? And you said, well, when me and Brandon and there's a cut. What are we cutting? You telling me about Brandon? What are you cutting? No. Let him say what he gotta say, and it should come out genuine. But it didn't. I could see it. Like and pieces of the video is gone in entirely, bro. Where he just be like, yeah, man, me and Nolan. But when I last laid eyes on Nolan, and it was about 3:00, and then it jumps cut. Like you could see and hear the cuts, and I'm like, yo, something ain't right about this video. And there was another content creator that started pointing a lot of it out, and I was like, that explains it. They removed things. And to me, that's a giveaway because if you naturally speaking the truth about your friend, that ain't the part you cut.
All right. So, and I'm not defending the cuts because I haven't seen them. But if you do a tight cut, it sounds like that sometimes.
We don't need. Listen, this is the one situation where that video is getting views, no matter if it's 8 seconds of dead space or 3 seconds of dead space. The world wants to know what's going on. Tell your story. What are you editing? Why are you removing that right after the questions asked? You know what I'm saying? You literally 2 words into what you about to say and we doing a cut? Come on, man. Them dudes, I believe they really fibbing. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. And yo, Nancy Grace, boy, she been on his ass.
I seen that clip.
Yeah, she been on his ass. I actually have another clip here too from Crime Watch. This is the woman talking about basically, I think it was a fight she witnessed. We could watch a little bit of that.
All right.
Okay, so real quick before we get into it, a white woman nobody knew was watching, and by an organization that went back to Horn Island with timestamps, photos, and a report that does not match what friends first said. So do yourself a favor, put the phone down, turn the volume up, and pay close attention to what comes next, because the details in this one are not the kind you catch half listening. Let's get into it.
I just want to insert my opinion for like 2 seconds on the Nolan Wells case, because I just saw where Nancy Grace came out with the transcribed CETO call. And here's my thing from the South. So I feel like I can speak on this because I grew up around nothing but racist. Okay. And so, as someone with the skin, I feel like I could speak out on this. Here's my questions. Why? First of all, so many of y'all want to say that it wasn't murder. Like, so many of y'all were so quick to say it wasn't murder, that things happened. If that was the case, then why do none of the friends know what happened? Furthermore, Nancy Grace just released a CETO call. Anybody in their right mind, if you hear what was on that call in the background where they're asking, is someone dead? First things first, you're not going to call CETO. You're going to call 911, typically, if you're worried about someone. Secondly, why did you turn down Coast Guard when they asked if you needed the Coast Guard? If you are sinking, and if there is that shit going on in the background, like what they're asking about, is someone dead, you should say yes to any bit of help that you can get, right? I also think it's odd that all of them got rid of their social media. None of them have really had much of an explanation. They do what your typical white people do in those circumstances. Look at the Murdaugh case, and there was no one of color in that case. But because they were prominent Caucasians surrounding around that death of the girlfriend, they did everything they could to cover up and get him out of it. The same rules apply to this, and like in my head, the same rules apply to this. They were both situations were boating, and in those situations, someone unfortunately lost their life. But getting back to the Nolan case, hearing that voice, like hearing that recording of them asking for, or just asking if someone is dead in the background, how is it that you're clueless and you have no idea what could have happened to him? That call, like, there's a reason why Nancy Grace got her bob fixed to the heavens, honey. That thing wouldn't move in hurricane force winds. She knows something. Her gut tells her something, just like my gut has been telling me something has been going on with this case. It was too weird. It was too weird. And I got to be careful with how I say things, because y'all love to drag me through the mud anytime I talk out against Caucasians. So I'm trying to be careful with how I word this. But before I get in the shower, I've had a long day at work. Before I get in the shower, I really wanted to put a little bit of 2 cents in your head with that, because I commented on Nancy Grace's video and already people have started coming for me. And all I did was comment, why did we call CETO and not 911? And several people commented and said, well, because there was no medical emergency. You fucking racist idiot. What do you mean there's no medical emergency? Open your fucking ears. And do you not hear them in the background asking if someone is dead? Are you that small-minded that you will forego any bit of the facts because you need your story to be the truth, where no one was murdered? If that was your youngin', if the roles were reversed, y'all, my God, as a white person, I can come out and say that. I know good and well if the roles were reversed, y'all would be dragging this through the mud. But because it was a group of Caucasians and it was an African-American person that passed away, all of you small-minded, closed, racist people, you immediately want to assume that he died of natural causes, or he caused his own death, or it wasn't a murder. I will always stand on the right side of history. I promise you. I don't care how many people cancel me, how many people come for me. My boys will know that their mother always stood on the right side of history. I have said that there was something fishy about this case from the moment it came out in the news. And as soon as I posted something about it, y'all came for me. And I'm just here to say that I stand with Nancy. There's a reason why Nancy is as into this as she was the Casey Anthony shit. Okay? She knows, because her spidey senses are tingling just like my spidey senses are tingling. If a youngin' ever went with me on a boat, it don't matter if they were black, white, brown, purple, green, blue, square, triangle, rectangle, obtuse, caboose, papatus, you name it, that baby's coming home with me and my family. I don't care if anybody got in a fight or an altercation. If you go on the boat with me and my husband, I'm bringing you back. Scout's honor. Promise. There's something, you never leave. anybody, anywhere, especially on water.
Hey, 12, I got a quick
Y'all can get the
question.
fuck out of here with your excuse.
I got a quick question.
What's up?
Hey, when you were back in Tobago, did you ever go island hopping on the
Island
boat?
hopping? Not island hopping, but I've been out there on the water with them. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're talking about. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Because
Nah,
we
you
used to
you
go,
don't leave nobody behind.
right, but we used to go on like no man's land and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Boats, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this video,
She
they're
right.
gonna switch back to the narrator soon, but just catching up a little bit on there, man. It's like everybody's seeing, they starting to see the cracks, you know?
So let me say this. I don't say so. I agree with a lot of the sentiments because, like she said, yo, when how you brought that same point up, she's 100% right because no matter when we traveling, when we were younger, yo, we'll fit like 20 in a little ass van, go to a whole next village, but when we coming home, everybody that went to that village fitting back in that van and going back home.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, and that's what I was saying. But from what they kind of talked about was that he wasn't supposed to return on the same boat he went on. I don't know what they're really talking about, but yeah, there's mixed like confusion going on right now when it comes to that.
Yo, the thing that got me and that always get me, yo, these things happen every year, yo. You know what I'm saying? You know how
Yep.
hard it is to raise a kid and lose your kid to the same thing you've been telling these kids since you've been raising them, yo? Be careful
Yeah.
of females. Be careful of these niggas. Be
And remember,
careful.
I told you all that. It comes down to, I don't want to say her name, but the girl, the one that he was all hugged up with. You know, I think she was the reason why everything happened. You know,
That's how most dudes die, yo. Most young dudes die they trying to chase that, you know what I'm saying? That wop. You know what I'm saying?
yo, every war we had been about women.
So either on both sides, dude trying to get it, or you know what I'm saying, or girls fighting. Yo, either way, man. It's sad. It's sad. You never think that you'll lose your son to son, or your kids, or your loved one to something dumb.
Nah, you definitely ain't thinking that. Let me see what else he going. I know he going and talking about something.
It's only a matter of time before hopefully the facts come out.
Yeah.
We just got to keep waiting.
Man, we'll be. I hope hopefully they come out in the next month or so, man. Because we going on month 2 right
We
now.
got time. We got time.
How much time you think they're gonna take?
I don't know, bro. I'm here.
Enough for them to clean up the evidence,
Legend.
They gonna wait till it start to get cold where people can't rally, bro.
or they collected that evidence and stuff right now. They're just not saying what they're doing. That could be something, you know. But crazy. Let me see what else is on.
Evidence. We do not rush to conclusions, but we do not ignore contradictions either. Stay with me. Now, the Cajun Navy. United Cajun Navy Vice President Brian Trasher told News Nation the group's search began after Nolan's mother, Christine Wansley, contacted the organization for help. Trasher said volunteers began organizing around midday, contacted the Cajun Navy's Mississippi chapter, and a boat carrying a search team and drone operator traveled to the island. They were there to find Nolan. But what they came away with was something much bigger than a search operation. They came away with a report. The United Cajun Navy has been working on Nolan Wells's case since his disappearance, and they are sharing all of the information they have gathered with his family and Mississippi authorities, specifically the Jackson County Sheriff's Office and the district attorney. Now, here is what Brian Trasher said about what is in that report, and I want you to listen carefully to the framing he used. He said, "Since we have been involved in the initial search, we have been getting hundreds of tips, which we have sifted through and compiled a report of our findings. The findings do not implicate anyone or anything and is solely meant as an investigative tool and not meant to draw a conclusion," end quote. Notice this. He said it does not implicate anyone, but then the report was released, and what is inside it raises questions that have no clean answers yet. The Cajun Navy report includes a timeline plus time-stamped photos from tips that came through their website, direct messages, emails, and more. Time-stamped photos. That is the key phrase right there, because this is not memory. This is not someone's recollection of the afternoon. This is metadata. This is a camera telling you exactly what time a picture was taken and what that picture shows. TMZ obtained the United Cajun Navy's full investigative report into Nolan Wells's death, and it includes a new photo of the 3 boats his friends anchored off Mississippi's Horn Island on the day Nolan disappeared. 3 boats, side by side, anchored together. The photo on page 12 of the report shows the 3 boats anchored side by side, noted as boat number 3, the Palm Beach, and the Triton. The Triton. Again, that same boat, the one that took on water, the one that left the island without Nolan Wells. Now, here is the friction point. Nolan's best friend, Warren Hudson, claimed he and other friends begged Nolan to board their vessel to leave the island around 4:30 in the afternoon. But the United Cajun Navy's report says the Triton left the island at 4:31 p.m. 4:31. Not 4:30, 1 minute after Warren says he begged Nolan to get on the boat. Think about what that means. The departure time in the Cajun Navy's report and the story Warren told, those are almost exactly aligned. What is 1 minute? It is nothing. But here is where this gets complicated. The report also notes a woman on the island named Caitlin Brochard, who snapped a picture of the vessels and reported that Nolan was nowhere in sight when her group left the island at 7:30 p.m. 7:30. Nolan's friends say they left at 4:31, and a woman who was on that same island says she and her group did not leave until 7:30. And at 7:30, Nolan was nowhere in sight. That is a 3-hour gap. A 3-hour gap on an uninhabited island with no communications, no shelter, no way to call for help. And now we know someone was there for 3 of those hours after Nolan's friends left, and they are speaking. But here is the question we have to sit with before we go further. According to the report, Brochard said Wells was nowhere in sight when her group left around 7:30 p.m., and much of the investigation has centered around Wells's whereabouts on the island prior to his death and why he did not leave with his friends, something his family said was out of character for him. Out of character. His own family said that. He would not stay on an island by himself. He would not choose that. So the question is not just where was Nolan between 4:30 and 7:30. The question is, what was happening on that island that kept him there? Now let us talk about the other woman, the one who has become central to why Nolan may have stayed in the first place. A new report has identified the woman Nolan Wells was reportedly speaking with before he disappeared. She was identified as 19-year-old Katie McCormack. Nolan's best friend Warren Hudson's mother, Ashley Cole, previously said that her son spoke to Wells around 3 p.m. on July 4th, and that Wells indicated he would get a boat home with another group of friends. So Warren's story is this. Nolan said he was good, said he had a ride, said he was staying, and so they left. But then Katie McCormack's sister stepped forward, and her version of events is different in a way that matters. The sister of Katie McCormack, the 19-year-old that Nolan Wells's friends said he stayed behind to talk to before he died, disputed their account as questions about his death continue to linger. She disputed it. Gracie McCormack disputed the account that Nolan intentionally stayed behind to keep talking with her sister Katie. McCormack's sister, Gracie, disputes the claim that Wells intentionally stayed behind to continue talking with Katie. Sit with that for a moment. The reason Nolan's friends gave for leaving him on the island, the thing that made it all make sense, is now being disputed by the family of the very person he was allegedly staying for. If Nolan did not stay for Katie, if that was not the reason, then what was? What was keeping him on that island? Now, let us talk about the body, because this is where the official record and the independent findings split. And the split matters. Todd Terrell, president of the United Cajun Navy, stated that Nolan was discovered face down and fully clothed in an area not far from Rip Currents. Terrell later clarified that Nolan was clothed only in his swim trunks after civil rights attorney Ben Crump questioned why Wells would be fully clothed, considering he was last photographed shirtless, shoeless, and wearing swim trunks. That clarification happened publicly, on the record, and it matters because the initial description created a question that has not fully gone away. If Nolan was in swim trunks when last seen and in swim trunks when found, that is consistent. But the word fully clothed was used first, and that is a word that sticks. Jackson County Coroner Bruce Lind said there were no obvious signs of physical injury, though the official autopsy and toxicology report performed by the Mississippi Medical Examiner's Office had not been completed at that time. No obvious signs, that phrase. Pay attention to what it is saying and what it is not saying. It is not saying there was no injury. It is saying nothing was obvious to the naked eye at the scene. Those are two different things. The Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office is conducting the official autopsy investigation. There were no immediate obvious signs of foul play or trauma on Wells's body. But due to the uncertain circumstances, the coroner said they asked for a full autopsy so that they could determine if there was any foul play or trauma. That is the official position. They did not rule out foul play. They requested a full autopsy precisely because the circumstances were uncertain. That is important. That is the coroner himself saying this is not settled. Then the family requested their own independent autopsy. And what that examination returned is the most important phrase in this entire case. His cause of death remains undetermined following an independent autopsy report requested by Wells' family. Undetermined, not drowning, not accidental, undetermined. The independent examiner wrote that he could not rule out the possibility that non-accidental factors played a role. Say that again. Non-accidental factors. The family's own forensic pathologist, looking at Nolan's body, could not rule out the possibility that something was done to him. That is.
I think we did it. We know a lot about this, right?
Yeah.
I think you're muted.
Yeah, the part I was going to say, that's the part I didn't hear before, how he died, because I was like, damn, all of this, I didn't get to hear how he passed away. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody really know. That's what
Yeah,
we're
we
trying to
still
find
don't
out.
know.
But one of the things too that I was thinking about was, what if Nolan really didn't get on the boat? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in a fight, right? And it was over that phone. That phone had something to do with it, because you could hear them selling. Somebody's yelling, "Give me my effing phone." Some people say it was Nolan. Some people say it was not. But what if Nolan didn't want to get on the boat? Because a witness, somebody that I saw in a video earlier, I didn't pull it up, but they talked about Nolan being in a fight. And there's a possibility that they had already left at 4:30, because there was more than one fight. You know what I mean? From what they say, it was like 2, maybe 3 fights. And I think he might have been the only person left there. I'm just, you never know. But what if he didn't get on the boat? Because he was fighting with them. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, nah, I ain't getting on the boat with y'all. And they probably just kept his phone.
But when would the
Huh?
CETO have happened at the call?
Can you hear him?
Yeah. He said, when did the CETO happen?
Yeah, when did the call happen?
Supposedly the call happened when they were rushing off the island. Something made them jump in the boat and they took off. That was like around 4:30, something like that.
So the CETO happened the same time they left?
It seems like around that time, yeah. because
But
what
it's-
happened was it seemed like they left in a rush. They forgot to put the plug in or whatever, and basically they took off full speed. So they probably was getting chased. I'm assuming because allegedly they said it was a fight. I mean, so if they jumped in, it was like, yo, we gotta go, and they got out of there real fast. Then the boat started taking on water, and they must have jammed up the pump, and they didn't know how to clear it out. The boat was sinking. That's what they claim. It makes sense, but the hurry is what got them to. We could click out of this.
I mean, you know, if we're looking at everything that we've been hearing from these different videos, transcripts and whatnot, it's possible that, yeah, there was a fight, but Nolan could have been unalive from there.
I think Nolan
Based on
was
the
in the
CTO.
fight. I think Nolan was in one of the fights because somebody said they saw him in a fight, and then they left because they got rowdy. But you know, I guess nowadays it's hard not to put the internet involved in something like this because you got to think, right? These kids live on the internet. They're using Snapchat, Instagram, and there's a lot of footage online that they're able to comb through of what people posted from the island that day.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of it is going on the internet because that is probably what's going to solve the case. You know, and this was one of the reasons why his mother think that something went wrong because either he didn't have any videos from that day or none from his Snapchat. So she's trying to subpoena his records to get at least his to see if things were deleted. And if it was deleted, that right there would tell us immediately there's foul play.
But the thing I can't understand is you don't need your phone to see your records.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm
No,
on social
because
media.
if he's as cloud, it should be in the cloud, right?
Yeah, whatever I could see on my phone, I could see on my computer. Why don't he have a computer or something like that? He a kid. He got to have an iPad. He got to have a tablet, something.
Well, maybe they don't know.
But still, it's like, yo, you can have an account to your whatever social media. You should be able to access it on your home computer. Yo, he's 18. He should have a computer.
Well, here's the thing. The phone is literally on her plan. So
that makes sense. But
she owns the phone.
But that's what I'm saying. Even all of that still don't make sense. Being tech savvy, the kids should have a laptop or iPad or a tablet, something where you can still access all this information.
I know they're trying to get the Snapchat stuff because you know that it vanishes after 24 hours. So I know they was trying to get those at least.
I got two for y'all. I don't know if I want to go down that route or break it up. Because you just showed that video. I think I'll probably hold off on this. You guys, I got this one for you guys. I hope you guys haven't seen this one. Let's roll with this one. This one is a little bit more, and I could probably come back to that other one. Let's see. Let's roll this one.
Department serving as Jennifer Lackard was a second in command at the Mount Vernon Police Department, serving as its deputy police commissioner for more than 6 years. She helped keep crime off the city streets and arrested criminals when she needed to. But today, this morning, she was greeted at the door by police officers, but they were there to put handcuffs on her and now charged alongside her 20-year-old son with attempted murder. We'll show you video tonight of the 49-year-old Lackard who was let out of the 44th precinct a little while ago. Her hands cuffed behind her fire back. Her son Chase is still inside the precinct. According to sources, both were arrested at their home on Boynton Avenue in the Southview section this morning, a little more than a month after the high-ranking cop allegedly drove the getaway car for her son in an apparent shooting involving a gang. Lackard's son is accused of opening fire back on June 29th behind the Bronx Criminal Courthouse while inside the car with his mom behind the wheel. His target, a rival gang member. No one was shot in this incident, but Chase is a reputed member of the Slutty Gang. According to police records, he was reportedly shot by police back in 2024 after allegedly wielding a gun, and in 2023, he was also reportedly shot by a cop in the chest on a Bronx bus during a fight with other teens. Lackard is officially out of the job with the city of Mount Vernon, effective immediately. A spokesman says, in part, quote, the allegations are unrelated to her duties with the Mount Vernon Police Department and do not stem from any conduct associated with the department or the performance of her official responsibilities. The Mount Vernon Police Department remains fully committed to its nationally recognized wellness unit. The department will continue to operate without interruption, and the critical wellness services and support it provides to our officers, civilian employees, their families, and the community at large will continue as part of the department's ongoing commitment to the health and well-being of its workforce. Now, in addition to that attempted murder charge, Jennifer Lackard and her son Chase also face conspiracy charges. We're also learning tonight that Jennifer Lackard has already been arraigned at Bronx Criminal Court. She's due back in late September. We're still awaiting to find out what happened during that arraignment. Her son Chase is still inside the 44th precinct, expected to also be arraigned tonight. He also has multiple court appearances on the calendar for the coming weeks to unrelated incidents.
Man, if I'm the deputy commissioner, you're not gonna give me the perp walk. Put them cuffs in front of me, put a jacket over it.
That was
Innocent
all
till proven
show.
guilty.
That was all show. That's to humiliate her.
Mm.
But the thing that is hard is like, yo, you're top and you got a son that's havoc and terror. You know what I'm saying? How yo that's hard, bro.
Yo, they were being vigilantes. That's pretty much what they were doing.
I think I'll
they
be
were
honest
taking-
with her.
They
Go
were
ahead.
taking gang members off the street. You know what I'm saying? They're being vigilantes. Like, yo, their job is to serve and protect. I mean, how many cops you think get into situations when they get off of work because they're the police?
A lot.
So you always working, and you think they don't always have people coming at them? Their job is like, yo, when it comes to police, man, I got a lot of police in my family, especially back home. We got a lot on my side, and yo, that job is a life job because somebody always gonna want to come at you some way.
Yeah. Remember when you lock them up and stuff
Every
like that.
every time. So you always got to be on top. We don't know what kind of what type of threats they get. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not condoning what she did, but if they get a gang member off the street, what are we talking about?
So
We talking
I
about
had to,
practice? Or we talking
I had
about
to see.
attempted murder on a Sunday? What are we talking about?
So let me tell you what happened. Why she's being arrested, but the way how they're building up more than what it is. This happened behind the courthouse. Yo, it wasn't like miles away. This shit, he went to court, and I guess he probably made some calls or communication with the mother, and this happened behind the court. You know what I'm saying? I guess she was in the passenger seat, and when he got out and started bucking, she moved over to the driver's side.
Hmm. That's
So-
what I'm saying. So you don't think she had intentions of doing nothing? It just happened like that? Huh?
I don't know, but I'm not putting it past them though.
Because they make it seem like it was something they planned. She was the getaway driver.
Yeah, for the slutty gang.
Well, does that make a difference?
Wrong is wrong.
Even if he's taking somebody bad off the street?
Well, her son part of the slutty gang. Been in multiple run-ins with police officers, shot in the chest himself by a cop.
Twice.
Now you helping him? Oh, twice?
Yeah, twice.
Even worse.
Yo, he need to play the lotto, man. He been winning.
Not no more.
Yo, 20 years old, yo, and all of that, bro.
Yeah, you got shot twice and lived. Now you going to jail. He go. What is he looking at? 10 years, 20 years?
Attempted murder? And conspiracy?
No, it can't be. It's not. That's why they're using conspiracy, because with conspiracy they could put more charges on it. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
wondering what the other charges are because they about to get him with something.
Gun possession.
What did they
What
get
is it?
her with?
I can't remember.
Getaway
I don't remember.
driver.
Did they say?
I
Did
think
they
she
say?
was
Yeah,
accessory.
they did. Yeah, attempted murder.
Yeah, she's accessory to attempted murder type thing. What is that called? It's like because she was a getaway driver.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
they're
they
looking
put
at
it.
the text, so they try to say it's more coordinated. So
That's what I'm saying. They trying to say they set it up. Like she literally pulled up, he jumped out, and she put. You know what I mean?
it's like they were planning the what you call it, because how if you go into court, why the hell you got a gun, yo?
That's why they got goddamn metal detectors at the courthouse. There's people that walk around with that shit all the time. Like,
All
yeah, I
the
see
time.
these cats end up at the airport with their blicky accidentally because they're used to having on them all the time.
Yeah, they so used to having that shit.
Exactly. But they forget.
Yeah, but this is the one that's crazy, yo. Damn, son ruined her life, yo.
Did he though?
Hell yeah.
Because obviously she couldn't put her foot down.
It has nothing to do with it.
What?
It has not. Yo, let me tell you, we seen it in life. Pastors that preach the word of God, bring their kids up, they come out being fucking demons,
Yes.
creating havoc in the world.
Okay. So your kid comes to you and says, "Pops, we about to go rob this bank real quick. I need you to drive."
Different. The analogy don't match up.
What are you gonna say?
No.
Exactly. So why she didn't tell him no?
Yo, to a certain degree,
And she the police.
exactly. So,
So
that,
how hard is it to tell your son no that you shouldn't be doing that? Or go
I
hire
agree.
Brandon.
I agree. You see this one? This is the one where I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? I think you see like how I was trying to figure out why the hell her son was driving.
So here's the thing, right? Do you think the person that they were trying to get rid of was somebody that maybe was bad for the police too? Two birds, one stone type thing?
I hear that, but think about this. This is where I was coming in and I was thinking. If someone's shooting and it's your child, what are you supposed to do? Leave your child? Drive off and leave your child as the police?
You know, that's a natural thing. So yeah, and that's the thing. Even if she was in the passenger seat, if I went to anywhere with y'all, I'm in the passenger seat, and I see some shit going on where we gotta get out, I'm hopping in the driver's seat, engines rev, doors crack. You know what I'm saying?
So, and that's the whole thing. You're the police chief or whatever, and your son gets out and get into a shootout. It's your child.
Okay. The only way she's getting a pass is if something like that happened.
And that's what happened. So the
Right.
whole
So
thing
you
is,
don't think she knew nothing about this?
I think like to be naive, no, because his level of what you call it. Come say hi to the people.
There's
Like,
criminality.
When you on that level, what up, bro?
You gotta talk into the mic right here. Talk
Hey,
Hi.
what's up?
Good.
Tell them why you smiling so much. What you playing?
I was playing my game, but
What game is it?
Sonic the Trippy Trouble.
What is it?
Sonic Triple Trouble.
Oh, okay.
Number Sonic. Sega.
Which dude upstairs going crazy? How much emeralds you got?
Only 2.
Sega's
Only
a snitch,
two.
boy.
I couldn't get the fruit emerald.
You couldn't get it. That's why you sad.
Yeah, because I would just keep trying, but it's not working.
Yeah, don't give up. You'll get there.
I was trying to use the laser and the coin.
Okay. All right. You know it's bedtime, right?
They say I think with them when everyone come home.
They ain't coming home now. All right. Yeah, this dude going crazy. Every time he get an emerald or something,
Hey,
y'all
Sonic
can't hear him in the
was always a
background,
good
but he
game.
going crazy.
I always like Sonic.
Classic.
That's
Yeah.
definitely a classic. I can't lie about that.
Yeah, but let's hop into the next one.
Go ahead.
The one I was gonna play, I gotta switch, boy, because I can't do too much racism. Boy, you guys want that one?
Hey,
Man,
that's
let's
life,
get
man.
into it, man. Yeah, we
Alright.
gotta- I'm
One
hot.
second.
Come on, let's get it.
All right, let's run it.
Yeah, it's what the country dealing with right now, man. We gotta keep it real with the people.
All right, cool. Let's roll with this one. Here we go. Volume.
In the service industry, at least on Long Island. Racism is actually pretty normal in the service industry, at least on Long Island. And I'm going to give you a story to illustrate that. Not normal to me, but normal as in common. So I worked at this Irish pub for many, many years as a bartender. And when I was kind of first starting out there, like I was still pretty green. I didn't really feel like I was established there. We had this night called Wing Night. It was on Wednesday nights. We had wing and beer deals, and it was slammed, busy every single week. It was like our best money night. And we had a DJ. Like, I remember before I worked there, like this was the reason why my friend and I got fake IDs, just so we could go to Wing Night, right? And so when I got put to work on Wing Night, I was so excited. And I started making crazy money. And I was like, this is awesome. And then slowly but surely, like the DJ would play like pop and, today's hits and some hip hop, but not too much. And then slowly he started playing a little more hip hop and then maybe mixing in like a little bit more rap, like over the weeks, years, whatever. And I guess apparently there were more Black customers. It's okay, buddy, we're waiting for them to call us. But I didn't really notice. I was making tons of money. And so I remember one night my manager came up and he was like, just so you know, there's no DJ tomorrow for Wing Night. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, we're not doing a DJ. And he just walks away. And I'm like, cool, thanks for the explanation. We're not gonna make as much money. So there's no DJ. Obviously people aren't dancing, not making as much money, kind of sucked, whatever. A few weeks later, sit down, baby. He tells me, yeah, we're canceling Wing Night. Sit down, baby. And I'm like, why? And he's like, it's getting a little too dark. It's getting a little too dark in here. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. And so he canceled it. Then worst part was he replaced it with a country music line dancing night. And these people, let alone not tipping, they didn't even order it. They just came up to the bar and got fucking ice waters every 5 minutes before they went back to their little like country western line dancing thing. Super nice people, but not making any money from them, okay? And at a certain point, I asked one of my coworkers, because I'm pissed now, and I'm not making as much money, I'm not making any money, and I'm like, why? After however many years of this successful Wing Night, why did we get rid of it? And he tells me, it got a little too dark in here. And I'm like, can you fucking use your words like a normal person? I don't know what that means. And he's like, there were too many Black people. It's not good for business. And he says it just so matter of fact, like I'm an idiot for not knowing it. And I was like, excuse me? Like, what did you just say? And he's like, yeah, it's pretty well known, okay? And like the restaurant industry, like it's not good for business. And listen, yeah, this was a pretty white area, but the fact, in my mind, the fact that we're having all these black people come in is a good thing, because it's like, look, people are coming from out of town just to be here for this night. Why are we not happy about this? And it's not like they were great customers, never an issue. Paying customers, having fun, tipping, like no issues whatsoever. Meanwhile, these fucking country western people aren't even buying shit. And I remember just being so blown away, like, why would we want to not have these black customers that are coming from out of town, bringing their friends, buying shit, staying for hours, tipping the bartenders? Why would we want to replace them with these cheap country western folk who literally just come here and dance and maybe order one appetizer to split between the fucking 50 of them? Why? And so eventually I asked the boss, and I'm like, can you tell me, like, is this true? Like, why did we get rid of wing night? And he's like, yeah, no, Sam, you had to have noticed it was getting dark in here. That's not good for business. And I was like, you know what? This is insane. And he says, like, you're new in this industry. You're going to hear this at any bar you work at, I promise you. And I thought he was just bullshitting me. And I was like, yeah, right. He's just probably a racist prick. No, every fucking bar I ever worked at on Long Island, same thing. Same thing. There was a DJ and black people started coming in. They would tell the DJ, oh, don't play that music. One bar I worked on in Patchogue was like, we don't sell Hennessy anymore. And I'm like, oh, why? Because it's a black drink? And they're like, yeah. So just a heads up if you're on Long Island as a bartender. And I'm sorry if you are on Long Island and you're black, because it's fucked up. And it took me years to really like understand that, like, no, this is how these people, like, this is the way it is. Fucking ridiculous, but that's Long Island for you.
You're muted.
Me?
Oh, there you go. I thought you was
Hell
clapping.
no. Yeah, slow clap, man.
Listen. You want to hear something funny?
I'm here.
I went to an upside down pineapple party in Long Island.
Sir.
Yeah, there was only a few black people there, but I wouldn't call them racists. Woo! Listen, we all know this exists, right? She ain't saying nothing we don't already know.
I think the terminology is what it's called, though.
Well,
It's getting dark in here?
Yeah.
Well, she
Well,
was
to me,
into
to
it.
me,
I
to me.
understood it right away when she
Yeah.
said it the first time, you know. But there's people that really believe there's no color barriers and that this stuff doesn't exist till it hits them right in the face, and then they realize, man, what? It took her a while to figure it out. But you think about that, right? They would rather lose money just to save face. Like, she talked about it. She said they brought in way more money, more business. Business was up. And they'll rather spend less or make less than be around people like us. It's crazy. But it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
And just like you said, 12, like me, after seeing something like that from a waitress, and I'm gonna take her word for it, you know, because she's worked a lot of places in Long Island. One, I may think twice before I go to Long Island again. And two, if I go to Long Island, I'm trying not to go. I'm not gonna go where I'm not wanted. You know?
Yo, my brother showed me that one time with out there in Bloomfield. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, one time we went to, it was this diner that, you know what I'm saying? On your way there, he was like, yo, to tell you, when I was young, I ain't had no fear wherever, man. I'd go in wherever. You know what I'm saying? Once I started making money, yo, I'm hungry, I'm going in there. It's an establishment, and I always looked at stuff like that until my brother was like, yo, you don't notice when you go in there certain stuff is different. I was like, nah. And I guess his experience was different, but when you go in the restaurant, it's like, yo, you notice you wait a little bit longer, or they don't call your shit or whatever. And he's like, no. And I seen it with him, but I gotta say, mine was slightly different. You know what I'm saying? But that showed me is like, yo, how I was seeing it and how he was seeing it was two different things. But I seen how they treated him. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But that kind of opened my eyes, because he was like, and my brother, he looked, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But he traveling, he always think, but yo, the dude always get a little bit of racism where he go.
What do you think caused that?
What you mean?
Because I mean, y'all both had two totally different experiences, and y'all both black, so you can't be racist.
Nah. But he showed me, it's like, yo, when I go in there, they treat me different. But I know he traveled a lot, so he's seen it. Yo, he showed me a lot of stuff. So I couldn't be naive to some of the stuff.
Once you start moving around, you see stuff, man. You'll feel it. I never forget one time, man, when I was doing hiking with Rich, guy I work with. It was 4 of us went hiking, and we was up in it was either Vermont or New Hampshire. And we always got a thing after the hike, we get to just pick a restaurant around whatever mountain we did, and we'll check it out. We walked in this one place, yo, and the look we got was like a death look, yo. It was just like, I remember sitting in there and I was like, bro, I don't think we should be here. And his cousin looked at me and she was like, nah, I don't feel the energy in here. It's off. And I was like, yo, we need to get out of here. And we walked out. And then we ended up going across the street to our place. We ended up having a good time over there. But yo, the energy was just cold.
Yeah.
And the way, yeah, it was like, and it was like, it was almost like, it was like, did y'all miss, y'all took a wrong left out there? Yeah, the energy was bad, bro. I looked at him, I was like, listen, you ain't order nothing, right? He was like, nah. I was like, nah, man, I can't eat here.
I get it.
Something just told me, it was like, yo, me and Sheldon had that in South Carolina.
Yo, that's, remember we was talking about that?
Oh my God.
Yo. Same thing with, yo, when we went to South Carolina, yo, North Carolina, South Carolina, two different shit. Yo, when I went to South Carolina, yo, we pulled up playing, I think it was like fucking Ludacris, bumping, and we had systems in the cars and shit. So we went through South Carolina like we in Connecticut and Hartford and shit. Pulled up, windows down, got tints, everything. Pull up playing rap music. Hit the gas station, walked in. What up, though? Let me get a soda. Yo, they looked at us like, boy, you in the right place. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's wrong with you, player? Let me get 20 on pump 5. And they looking at us like they looking at me, and I ain't picking up on none of it, cause I think I'm from Connecticut. Same thing. And they just all slow, and it's like,
yeah.
Yo, player, let me get 20 on pump 5. You know what I'm saying? Yo, and they was like moving slow, and I'm like, yo, the dude that like he ain't want to give me no gas. Like, bruh, nigga, we in South Carolina, nigga.
Yeah, they gotta give you shit.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's
it's
the thing, it's like once you start traveling, you start understanding things better. Like, yo, you gotta fit into their life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you come as you are, but you still gotta fit into their life.
Yeah.
You might have been in a sundown town too.
And that was the whole thing, yo. And when I told him about that shit, it's like, yo, you gotta be careful, bro. You ain't in Connecticut. You can't just roll up in any place. And I walked in.
Once you go past that Mason-Dixon line, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, boy. And that's when I started seeing it. I seen the difference. And that's once I started traveling up and down the coast, you see the clear difference. Yeah, I love Virginia. Yo, my wife hate Virginia. My wife hate Virginia. I love Virginia, but I don't let her know that shit. Yo, I had fun in Virginia, bro. Going up, the most peaceful place for me, black people wise. When I went to Virginia and I was a little kid, yo, so much fun, yo, Southern hospitality, yo.
Yeah, I was in Virginia Beach a couple of times. I stayed down there. Yeah, Virginia's nice. Yo, when I went to Alabama too, man, I had a great time in Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama is nice. I like that. Yeah.
I had a great time because I brought my sister down there when she went to school. So I've seen when she lived in different places, you know, till now when she married. And it's like all good people, yo.
Yeah.
And I've been to Birmingham too, Montgomery and Birmingham, because mom's friend. You remember that dude that used to sell clothes to grandma and them?
Yeah.
He's the one that lived in Alabama. So he lived in like Birmingham. So basically, my sister used to go and spend like the summers up there with them. So when we used to go down for like Thanksgiving, and had, yo, the food down there, man, it is, man. I can see why these cats be big as fuck.
Yeah. Some of the food got flavor. The food got
Yo,
flavor.
the
I ain't
food
gonna lie.
got hella flavor. Like,
Yo, they don't play around. I remember. You remember we was at the party and they was arguing and shit. It's like, who cooked that? That ain't Debbie. There. If it's Debbie, it's gonna be alright now.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's like being down south is almost like being home.
Yeah.
Islands. You know, I know it's not be like being in the islands, but when it comes to like down south, people gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
You see somebody gonna be like, "Hey, how you doing? Good day." New York City, Connecticut, they gonna step right over you and keep texting. You know what I'm saying? So
I can't get used to that.
Like growing up in the islands, the same thing. You see somebody, good morning. If you enter a room and they got 3 people in the room, you acknowledge everybody in the room. Even if they're on the other side. Good day, how you doing, sir? Good night. Whatever. That's how
walking
it is.
down the street, yeah.
Morning, yeah. Everybody, because you never know when you might need help.
True. Yo, like where I went, I went someplace. Damn. I don't want to say, I went someplace, and I looked the person dead in their face and I say good morning. They just looked at me like, hey, ain't talking to me. In Connecticut be like that once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Where you tell people straight up good morning, not like you mumble that shit like, hello, good morning. And dudes just like,
they'll walk you
especially
straight
when
by,
you're
right?
feeling good, be like, good morning. And a nigga had a bad day and shit. And like, nigga, you just woke up and you already pissed off?
yeah.
They won't bring you down with them.
Yo, no Henny. I have gotten that before, bro. In places that I know that had it before. She said they should take Hennessy off of the alcohol list. They took it off because they ain't want black. I've seen places
I seen
like,
shit
nah.
like that. I seen
Yeah,
shit
I've
like
seen
that.
that. I've seen that at places out here in Glastonbury.
I don't even like them.
What they did in Glastonbury was they removed the regular Hennessy and they put XO, which is $350 a bottle. I know at like at least one point. Yeah, it was probably more now. But yeah, I remember paying $39 for a drink one night because I was like, yeah, put the Henny in it. Found out it was XO. It's like, yo, that was the one time you had to say the N-word. Bruh, this is the top shelf. I would have said, all right, I appreciate it. Nah, just give me some other thing. But I ended up paying $39 for a drink that night.
Damn.
If I knew it was XO, I would have got it straight. But I ended up mixing it with pineapple. It still was good though. It still was good. But yeah, no Hennessy. Yeah, that's a we've been there.
Yeah, that's crazy though. But I think Connecticut is good, even though we know Connecticut got some damn bad places, bro. But I don't think it's like, yo.
Connecticut got a lot of bad places. There's a lot of places in Connecticut you don't want to go to. Now,
you know what's funny? I gotta put this out there. Growing up in the hood, we know the hood bad as hell, but I shouldn't even say it like that. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yo,
'Cause
what
it's
I
funny
can
how
say
we
is-
safe in the hood and that's where all the shooting at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing, yo. Like I tell people that too. Like you go in the city where you supposed to be unsafe, you feel more safe than being out here in the open. Because out here, anybody could get you. In the city, you got people that gonna help you sometimes. But you do feel safer for some reason. I don't know why that is.
That's true. Yo, even in New York, yo, when we go to New York over there, yo, I went by where you remember where we used to go in New York? Where kind of like where Rhonda and them used to be over there.
Oh yeah, we used to live over there in Brooklyn or
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Montgomery Street, Montgomery and Utica.
Yeah, it was Brooklyn. It wasn't the Bronx. It's like even all there, you'll go. But I went over there, thing.
Off the Parkway?
Yeah, off the Parkway, Eastern Parkway. That's
Parkway.
yeah. So I was like, yo, damn. I remember, I was young, so I didn't remember the name of the streets. But yo, we used to be out there just chilling, yo. Now I got older, I'm looking at that shit like, yo, this shit is crazy. Yo, we used to be out here just chilling, just comfortable.
Yeah.
Comfortable, yo. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn.
I remember going to spend the whole summers up there in Brooklyn, me and my brother, and we'll be outside till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Just chilling.
Yo, and that's crazy. That could happen, yo. Cause I seen that, yo. You out there, and it's like, yo, the city never sleeps, yo.
No.
Yo, these dudes talking about like 3 o'clock, and they about to go to a party. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
they
What
now-
party y'all talking about?
They now leaving.
I'm like, yo. One time we was out there. Me and V was out there, and our jump was like 2:30, and it was like, yo, we about to go to a party. It's like, party where, bro? Yo, we about to go to a party.
West
And we-
Indian week, you find parties that start at 5 a.m.
Florida.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say Florida. Well, yo, P, we went to this party, and everybody in the effing party from Tobago.
Yeah. A lot of people come up, yo. They be telling me they come up for the Miami one.
So what happened was like V was in the party, and he walked past a dude, and he looked the dude up and down, and the dude looked like he a thug too. He's like, "Yo, I know you," and the dude like, "Nah, you don't know me. Yo, you from Politivere or you from Patiensville?" That's what the
Yeah.
right place. He's like, "Yo, you from Patiensville? I remember your punk ass when you was a kid." And the dude looked at him like, "Yo, how the hell you know that?" He's like, "You from Tobago? I know you." Yo, he turned around. He tell his sister, and it's like, "Yo, this dude from Black Rock." Yo, and the whole party was like, yo, you hear everybody was like, "You from that place?" "I'm from Booker." Yo, I'm like, yo, what the hell? Where are we? We're in
Yo.
America.
And all y'all linked up.
Yo, we in one party. What's up?
Specifically from Tobago, right?
Yeah.
That is crazy. That's how life is, man.
How are y'all?
What the hell?
Good.
All right. Get out of here.
That's crazy.
Get out of here.
Oh, yo, when I was down
Yeah,
there,
it's still live.
a lot of them said they come up for the Miami.
But yeah,
a lot of people in Tobago, they come up. There's a couple straight flights, I think, that goes from Miami to Tobago.
okay.
That
That probably
Thursday.
makes sense because it was
Yeah.
around West Indian week.
That Thursday flight. They have a Thursday flight, that, like the one that leaves JFK.
Yeah.
Same thing. So, yeah, they got a direct connect to Tobago, Caribbean Airlines.
Pete, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if you guys ever been to the one in Miami, bruh. But they got like that. I don't know if they still got that shit. That shit was almost 15 years ago now.
No,
Think
they still
about that
got
shit.
it.
Yo, because we went to a party. I ain't gonna lie. We went to a party 5 a.m. in the morning. Brandon, it started at 5 a.m.
Yo,
Brandon, let
Yo.
me pull you up on some gameplay. Yo,
put it like this.
5 a.m. That shit was jumping on till about friggin' 1 o'clock in the day.
Hey,
I'm talking about
so,
jumping.
but here's the thing though. It's like, yo, when you end up at that party, that's like your fifth party that day.
Yo, Brandon, that
You-
party was. I'm talking about the party felt like, you know, when you go to the club like 7 o'clock. Yo, you inside the club, and they got 3 floors, and that shit is jumping. I'm like, yo,
There's a lot of day parties down there.
yeah.
A lot.
Up in there, it was. I was like, yo, I never seen shit like that before. They had like, it was like a warehouse, and they had soca, reggae, and rap, and the DJs would alternate. So depending on like where you were at, it's like it will rotate like every hour or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like people continue to shift. It was pretty cool. The concept was pretty cool though, because it's like some people only want to hear rap. So once the DJ switch, everybody kind of move over into the, you know what I'm saying? So the crowd kept getting mixed up. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was pretty cool.
I'll take
Pretty
your
cool.
word for it.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting that shit. I was like, I
5 in
my
the
sleep.
morning,
Yo,
Hell yeah.
dead to
five.
the world.
Yo, you
You
can't
young. Dead to the world when it got a whole bunch of chicks around you.
But
You
think
alive.
about this, though.
I was
It's
dead
like,
to the
yo,
world in my 20s.
when we
Hell
go to
no.
juvie and all that stuff home, it's the same thing.
Nah, that's different.
How is it different?
Because it's Juve. 3, 4 in the morning, you
This is
getting up
kinda
to throw
the same
paint, this and
thing.
that. Hell no.
This is carnival. It's like a weekly event. So
Yeah, this was
people
a
partying.
weekly event.
Like literally, when you hit this party, the people at this party just came from another party.
Yeah.
Like 90% of them. They party. Yo, if you fly into Miami from Tobago, right? You party until you back on the
Yeah.
plane.
Exactly.
But
That's
when
how
you
the
land-
week is designed.
Yeah, and it's maybe 10 parties before you get to that day party. And
Yo, trust me, yo, Brandon. So that's literally how it's designed. That's how the West Indian Week in Florida is. Yo, they go from party to party. Yo, when they told me that, I ain't believe. I thought when we go, yo, we was gonna go chill in the hotel in the daytime, go party in the nighttime, and we good. Yo, we went. Yo, we seen that hotel probably about. Let me see. We see the hotel someplace around 12 to 4. That's when we seen the hotel. Yo, that whole week, it was like, yo, you go to a party, you leave that party, go to the next party. You leave that party, go to the next party.
Those day parties, yo, are the best. You see everybody, and everybody is done. Especially with that hot ass sun, you done.
Yo, man, I learned so much places in Florida. I can't even remember the places in Florida now, man. But yo, we learned Florida that we learned Florida within that. Well, my brother used to be down there, so he knew a lot. But
I think next year I'm gonna hit the Miami.
yeah, but they got two. They got two carnivals, Fort Lauderdale and Miami.
No,
And
Miami.
that was the whole thing. Yo, we was going between Fort Lauderdale and Miami, so it's like, yo, one night we shoot up there, come back down, shoot
Nah,
down.
if I do Miami, I'm doing Miami, not Fort Lauderdale. The only time I fly into Fort Lauderdale is to take the bus to Miami to get on the cruise.
Yeah.
So I still end up in Miami. Sorry.
But this is when we was young, Brandon. I think I probably was what? 19, 20? That's over 20 years ago.
Better than me.
Bruh, we used to just, and that was, back then the tickets used to be cheap, yo. You could get I think you could get a ticket for like $50.
Miami
Round trip or something like that.
Outside of, Bradley.
Yeah.
The
You
Southwest
hop-
was like $39.
Yeah, that joint was
One way.
cheap.
Yeah, it was like $39. 49 round trip.
Yeah, you hit, it was under 100.
Yeah,
Under 100. Yeah, you
That's
buy
when
a
Southwest
ticket.
was now coming in.
Yeah.
They was trying to get established. It was like the Sprint. Was it Spirit?
Exactly.
It was like Spirit and Frontier, what they are now.
Yeah, my brother was like, yo, you want to go to Florida? I'm like, man, I don't got no money. He's like, man, I'm chicken cheap as hell. Said it's easier to go to Florida than New York.
Yeah.
And that shit was true. I don't understand why the hell it's so damn expensive to go to damn New York and it's only 2 hours away.
Yeah. Yo, I've been trying to find a connecting flight from New York. It's hard, bro. I got one, but it takes me 12 hours. And I go from JFK all LaGuardia to Miami, then to Baltimore, then back to Connecticut. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. I used to always book my ticket to Florida because it was easier to go from Florida to Connecticut than New York to Connecticut. Always easier. Always easier to go. So always do that was the route. Or is it Chicago? Chicago. O'Hara.
Yeah. Shut up.
Alright, let's run this one and we could land it there. Oh, after that, I gotta do some promotions. Let's do this clip right here.
Boom.
I used to work with this girl named Beatrice, and then one night me and her was.
What? A lag? Give me 1 second. Let's see if it catches up. 1 second.
Boom.
Chilling.
There you go. As it started playing, I closed it out. Yeah. Give me 1 second as I pull this up. All right, let me do this while I'm pulling it up. So I guess I was supposed to do this. Let's do this one. So let's pull this one up right quick. Let's go over here. So I did get this up and running, the merch store. I did open a merch store.
Yeah.
So we got these right here. These are the ones that we did drop. We did a small drop. We did a small drop, not a lot. We did a small smidget drop.
I gotta grab me some.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys for your size. I was gonna order 1 and 2 t-shirts for you guys. Just tell me the size, the t-shirts, and I get those. That's on. So we could get some there. But yeah, the girls like which one? I think was this one. I think it's this one in the pink. So yeah, we got the merch out. Just come in, click on the first drop, or you could go to shop. And you got, man, I got all the colors up there. Let's go to this one, pink. They like this one right here.
I had to mute my background because my girl seen the shirt just start running over. Point. Oh, I want this. I want this.
We see what we could do for them since they top pageant winners. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
You know what I'm saying? My wife was like, "Yo, you should got the banner for the float." I was like, I wasn't thinking about that, John. But but yeah, we got it up and running. Linewithus.com. Support us. Yeah, we got it up and running.
Line with us banner.
Yeah, for a float. But I had to create it though. It's like because the parade is on Saturday. The West Indian parade.
Nice.
Yeah. She said if I could think it, she probably seen, but
They gonna
said
be
the top one course.
Gonna be in the West Indian parade.
Yeah, the girls are in the West Indian parade.
Okay.
Your daughter's going to the parade too, right? They're on the float too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they winners. So they supposed to be up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Oldest
there.
one's on the float. Second one is going to be dancing for the same organization.
Yeah. So I probably do. We probably do some more, but yeah, I just want to start off simple. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I actually had this one finished a while back, yo. And I've been dragging it. But the good thing is, let me do this one off screen and I'll pull it back over. Is I linked it to the YouTube. So I think down in the video section, let me see if it's there. So like now when we do the shows, it's right there in the. All right, yeah, it's up. But for some reason it wasn't. It probably should be. You guys should see the store, like at the below the video. You should be able to see. You see, so it's featured on the YouTube channel too. So, like while they're watching the video, it should be down below. So they don't even really got to go so far. So, it said it takes about 48 hours or whatever to get populated where it shows up. So if I feature it in the show, it automatically links it. So if I wear the shirt more, it doesn't matter because like the YouTube rules is. Once you have the merchandise in the video, it basically automatically tags it. So P, you've been promoting that shit for the longest. So I know those videos that we always promoted, it should show up. So, but yeah, it's there. You just click the link, it brings you right over to the website.
Okay.
So yeah, this is my favorite one right here. I like this one right here. So that's what I was saying. Let's see if that other video loads up and we do that video and we land the plane.
T-shirt colors pretty easy, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think I put it in every color. Yeah, I put it in every color. For which one? The regular T-shirt?
Yeah, the one that's the actual color. The Line With Us color.
I think it's there.
Yeah,
I gotta go back and update the what you call it.
I definitely want one of those.
I think this one. Let me show this one. I don't know if this one lime green though. This one is more of a yellow.
But either way, man, they come out pretty good. I'm sure it's gonna look nice on the black and the white too.
Yeah. Cause let me pull it back up so you can see. Let me see if hold on one second. Let me see if this video loads up. One second. It should have been. That video don't want me to play it today, huh?
You don't want us to see it?
Yeah, don't want us to see it.
It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. All right, let's run it. Here we go.
I used to work with this girl named Beatrice, and then one night me and her was chilling, and I hit up my nigga and I told him to come pick us up because we was chilling. And he was like, all right, cool. Mind you, this is my nigga, but he wasn't my nigga for real. Like, me and him wasn't in a relationship. We was just dating. Around the time the AMG GLE coupe had just came out, and he had copped the shit, all white, beautiful, right inside. I remember her saying to me like, oh, that's a nigga with a nice car, right? Come to pick us up. I'm like, yeah. She like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, the bitch pulling out brand new Jordans that she told me she wasn't going to wear until next month. The bitch started doing her makeup, her hair, her everything. I'm like, all right, whatever, cool, because I'm not a jealous bitch. Now he pulls up, we get in the car. This bitch like, oh my God, your car is so nice. Like, your car is so nice. Like, just dick eating at an all-time high. So now he about to go to the liquor store. So he like, yo, you want something from the liquor store? I'm like, yeah, you can get me some Don Julio Reposado. She like, I don't drink Reposado. Like, can you get me Blanco, please?
Say why? You want me to
Go home and get the gun. Oh, but I thought this was my nigga. But okay. He's like, yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. He comes back in the car, gives her Blanco. She rubs his hand, gives him a 5. She rubbing his hand. Thank you so much. She like, no problem. This, that, and the third. The bitch starts twerking. She starts getting a couple of shots on her. The bitch starts twerking, y'all. Area in between the passenger seat and the motherfucking driver's seat. She got her ass in between it, twerking. And her ass is in the nigga face, like, and I'm like trying not to make it awkward, so I'm like kind of like hitting it and saying A and all of that, like, but I felt mad uncomfortable. Yo, why before the nigga's about to drop me off? Mind you, at the time she was living in the Bronx, I was living in Harlem. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. I'm about to go home because I gotta work in the morning. Usually me and her worked on the same shift, but we didn't work that day together because I had picked up a shift. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to work in the morning and shit like that. So you can take me home. She like, yeah, take her home first because I'm not ready to go in.
Bitch, I see what you did there. I know.
You not ready to go in, bitch. Well, bitch, you better get ready to go in because this is my nigga. And you like, what the fuck? Long story short, the nigga ends up taking me home first because she insisted that she wanted to be taken home second. And we were closer to my house, right? So he takes me home first. Next thing I know, I found out she ate the nigga dick up. Oh! She ate his dick up that same night. Immediately after I left, she ate that dick.
What was she expecting?
She said that wasn't her man. So it don't matter.
That's why I'm pulling this video, because she said it wasn't her man.
She ate that dick up.
Try to think about the situation.
She presented herself. She knew what she wanted. She went out and she got it. It is what it is. If she was so worried about it, the other girl would have been like, you know what, nah, we ain't going for that, blah, 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 blah. She let it happen.
Yeah, I think
Got
so.
the alcohol. Did say, hey, do you want something to drink? Yep.
Offered and accepted.
Yes. Cha-ching. That was the mood breaker, the nutcracker, the leg spreader.
He said the leg spreader. Yo, that I think to a certain level that's her fault. Because
her fault.
Yeah, it's her fault. She said it wasn't her guy.
Right.
I mean, who said it was anybody's fault? What happened was supposed to happen happened. Everybody got what they was looking for and then was out. I mean, everybody see, I don't think maybe she mad that she got exposed a little bit, but she got what she wanted. Obviously, she ate that dick too.
The reality I was looking at is like, yo, she went from saying it wasn't her nigga to it was her nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it takes is a little bit of competition. A little bit of competition.
Is it good competition though?
So, hold on, I can't pull it up. I gotta see. 1 second. We could do closing thoughts. Copy. Let me see if I could paste this over here.
Trying to pull up.
I was gonna show the ad for the drop. Okay. All right, I got it. I ain't see this one yet, so we could probably watch it together.
What's that?
I don't know if it put the music in there. I'm about to put it full screen.
Yeah, just mute it.
Open up. All right, there we go. I'll open that shit like 50 times.
Definitely music in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Spirit fingers.
How did it go full screen? 1 second.
Boom, 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 boom.
Let's go full screen. Let's run it.
Boom, boom. You can get with this. You can get with that. You can get with this.
All right, here we go. You can tell I ain't pick this music.
A lot of lasers.
plays loud as hell, bruh. It's better with the damn music off. I heard it when it was making it, but it was so low in the headphones.
You could have him turn it down a little bit, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Definitely just need to get rid of the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because when I was making it, I was like, I wasn't hearing it. It wasn't so loud. It was probably
everything else sounds good though.
But yeah, that's what we got. That was supposed to be the ad.
I like that.
Let's pull it full screen and let it run a little bit. I could probably clip that shit. Oh, we ain't supposed to be hearing something on the ad. But yeah, we could go on to closing thoughts. Let's go on to closing thoughts. I gotta put this on the what you call it. You know, the be right back screen.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what you put up. That's on the be right back.
You gotta give me a hat too.
Yeah. I got the hat and the stickers.
Decals for like cups.
I didn't do the decals, but I do got this one right here. These right here. When it gets to it, I hit pause.
So when you say sticker, you mean iron on basically?
Let's see.
Cause I need to figure out how to make those so I could put them.
These right here. These are stickers.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the three. These three right here.
These for your kids, they like stickers.
Yeah. So they even got the sticker books, but yeah, I was trying to get this made, but they didn't have the color in the thing, so I just went with a regular one. But yeah, it's all there. But yeah, let's do closing thoughts and wrap it up. Who will go first?
Let me get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Late Night Line. Please support the merch. Go ahead and get you some t-shirts, get you some stickers, get you some decals. Definitely support the brand. It's been a long journey and it is only just beginning. But thank you for joining us tonight. I'm sorry that I was not here Tuesday. I went to go see Spider-Man in theaters with the family. Cool movie. Go see it if you want to. But in regards to the Nolan Wells situation, this continues to be a hot button issue. As things continue to develop, I hope to see more. Whether justice is served or whatever it may be, I'm here for it. West Indian Parade is coming up in Hartford this weekend. I'll be down there, camera in action. Hopefully, I'll see some people down there. But yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays, Late Night Lime, 9 o'clock. Come lime with us.
Go on, stop. Yes, I will be down there at the parade as well. I will be shooting at the parade as well. So maybe I'll run into you, Brandon. I was actually waiting for your response, but I realized I was doing my closing thoughts. Now, this was a pretty decent show tonight. We talked about a lot of things from Nolan Wells to racist Long Island bars and pubs and where we are not wanted, you know. A lot of people want to look at this Nolan Wells situation and think it's not about race. But every time you dig a little deeper, you got to say, hey, maybe it is about race. Because we are talking about Mississippi and we know how Mississippi is if you don't go look up your history. Now, I believe eventually this is going to come out because of the media hype and things going on. The truth will eventually come out. And hope Officer Django eventually, I think he's going to get blackballed, but that's another story. Now, I wasn't here last Tuesday as well. Me and 12 talked about that opening up the show. So probably won't see y'all for maybe another month. I am traveling to see my father over in Tobago. So if you want to line with us down in Tobago, make sure y'all check me out over there. I probably will be dropping some videos on the Cove. I think Cut Up is almost ready to drop. Hopefully, Cut Up will be ready. That's another project we're working on. And justice for Nolan Wells and black people. Make sure y'all stay safe out there because not everybody is your friend. Just because they say it is, don't mean they are. And yeah, make sure y'all check us out next week. I probably won't be here. Like I said, I'll be traveling, but make sure y'all check it out. Check out the show. If you got to drop any information, put it on the TikTok, drop it on the Instagram. We'll check it out. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, y'all. I like that. I like that. You muted?
The
Definitely.
banner?
Yep.
Well, this one?
I like that.
Yeah, that's
Both
my
of them,
favorite.
both of them look nice.
Yeah,
We
that's
could
my
actually do the
favorite.
show in front of that screen.
Yeah, that's the what you call it. It did a Jamaican inspired. I was like, yeah, that shit is.
Is there any
tough.
way, like, on this screen right there, we could run the show with something like that in the background?
Yeah. I got I got all these pictures. I got all of them.
It looks dope. I like that.
Yeah, this one is tough, man. It's cropped. It's bigger than this. It's cropped. It cropped out a lot of stuff.
Limeway is cool.
Yeah. So.
Yo, if you think about it, yo, we could open up a fucking bar.
Yo, that was one of my ideas.
Or a little pub or a restaurant or something.
It's like a little get together line with us where because we got it. Once we get to a certain level, you want to do a lot. Like I don't see meet and greet, but more social. You come out with your hot sauce. We do the jerk chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely create a good environment for people to hang out, meet up. And then we could just travel around the country, around the world.
Definitely, I want to do that. Yeah, I want to do one of those traveling tours where we just go the islands.
Hopefully, put the red carpet down for us, like we ISO speeds. Right? Why not?
Anything is possible.
Sometimes all you gotta do is ask.
Yeah. Well, with that, we out. Next
Long
week.
leave